Richardson Hitchins stops George Kambosos with a blueprint body shot. Hello, fight fans. This is Coach Nathan of NS Champ 7 Part Boxing Series at NSChamp7.com, back at you again with a recap of the recent main event matchup that went down this past weekend in Madison Square Garden in New York City. Undefeated IBF Junior Welterweight champ Richardson Hitchins, whose record is now 20 wins, 0 defeats, with 8 knockouts, stopped the former unified champion George Kambosos, whose record is now 22 wins, 4 defeats, with 10 by knockout, with a blueprint body shot in the 8th round. First off, why do I call this a blueprint body shot? Well, being that a blueprint is a plan or model of things to come, it's easy to see that this was the game plan established from Hitchins watching Kambosos being stopped with a body shot against the former unified champion Vasily Lomachenko in the 11th round of their fight in May of last year. Another similarity to this fight is that George proved to be hit too easy to hit actually, and in this one he was hit early and often, displaying a cut, swollen, and reddened eye as early as the 2nd round, and that was primarily from the laser-like jab of Hitchins. Now, although this fight was one-sided, it did supply explosive action, just as I predicted it would in my preview. I also said in my preview that Hitchins can be hit, as he showed in his previous fights, and he got hit in this one. However, George just doesn't have the punching power to hurt, stop, or even get respect from the elite fighters of his division. If Hitchins were fighting a guy with above average punching power, this would have been a totally different match. And speaking of a different match, or matches, afterward he immediately called out Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, who was at ringside for this match. Well, he called them out for his future opponents. And I'm sure that if he beats one or especially both of these guys, that most boxing pundits would certainly put him on the pound-for-pound championship list, fulfilling the promising potential that he first showed by being a New York Golden Gloves champion and a 2016 Olympian. As for the future of George Kambosos, after he gets over the sting of losing, he should feel honored and secure in his place in boxing history. And he should retire, because he came from being a 7-1 underdog to win the unified world lightweight championship against an undefeated champion. He accumulated an estimated $20+ million in ring earnings. And he has a solid, loving family to support and back him up. All of which, and combined with what we know about boxing history, now I'm talking about the losing tragic side of boxing history, is that it's better to retire 2 fights early than 1 fight too late. So, that's my take on this one, folks. Another exciting weekend of professional prize fighting. But don't forget, for elite boxing instruction, elite boxing analysis, and elite boxing philosophy, click that like and notification button, share and subscribe to NS Champ 7 Part Boxing Series at NSChamp7.com. And as always, I'll be seeing you the next main event.